All right, friends, session 2 today, and Winston is broke to ride, so we're going to test that, see how he is with saddling today. Might climb up on just to see where he's at. It doesn't really seem overly bothered by the saddle pad, which is good, so I'm just going to toss the saddle up on him and see what he does. So I haven't worked him at all, I just brushed him today, so we'll see. I'll get my saddle on him, get my rack out of the way, and then we'll have him move around. One of the things that they told me is he doesn't seem to like to canter much. So one of the things that I want to do today is get him cantering. Today is a much nicer day. Low 70s currently. It was in the 50s this morning. I'm going to have him step one step back here. You know, it's the first time I put my saddle on him, so I want to make sure everything is adjusted nicely. Now, right off the bat, one of the things I'm noticing with him, you probably can't see it from there, is he's got his nose curled. This is the first time I've seen him curl his nose like that. It would be the corner of the nostrils. They draw them back when they are less than impressed by something. So that's one key I'm picking up on today so far. And of course, he's kind of narrow for my breast collar. So when I saddle up a horse, I always do my girth up in increments of 3. If you don't do that, horses tend to get, that's how you get cinchy horses. So do that up. Get my handy stick out here. And get this out of the road. I'm keeping an eye on him just in case it did go to bucking. You remember that? Maybe? Yes? Good. Kind of. Gonna kick my rack just out. Interesting, bud. Okay. Oh, did we lose the camera? Really? All right, Winston, bud. Out here a little bit. We're gonna fly spray him here. I wanted to fly spray him on camera today so you guys can see what he does with fly spray. But before I do that, I'm going to go for our second tightening here. That might actually be our final one. I may have gone just a little too far there. All right, deep breath out of him. That's good. So he's actually improved with fly spray a little bit since he arrived. Still dance around a little bit yet. Okay. So we got our saddle on. Notice he's not climbing into my space today either. I'm impressed by that. That's good. Licking his lips. Point. Good. Nice jog with the saddle. Good. Nice. Okay, so notice he's not like sauntering right into my space today. It's a nice problem to have. Go the other way. At the jog again. He's also maintaining his speed much better today. I'm not having to get after him to keep going at all. Good. I'm bringing him to the edge of my hula hoop of space a lot more today, which is good. All right, we're going to get a canter now. 1, 2, 3, 4. With green horses. There we go. He picked up the correct lead, both in front and back. Now he's going to drop out of it. There we go, a little kick. So, there we go, good job. With green horses, okay, so yeah, you can tell he hasn't done a whole lot of cantering. I'll fix my latigo here. So he definitely dislikes cantering. Good boy. So with green horses, it's extremely important to canter them a lot. It just really gets them feeling the saddle. That's the gait at which they feel the saddle the most. So it's extremely important to canter them a lot. Notice that time when I picked my handy stick up and he kind of shied away from it a little bit. That's why every time I stop a horse, I would reach up and rub him on the forehead with my handy stick. 1, 2. Looking for a canter. There we go. Good. There we go. There we go. He's really trying to avoid cantering. He's really trying to tell me to get lost with that. So we're going to have to get him. We're going to lunge him today, and or round pen him, I should say. What, bud? Okay, yes, I do. Matthew's talking to me. I'm going to round pen him with and get him to canter, because he really needs to canter. But we're going to lunge him here a little bit more. There's a little confusion here, but just follow him. He knows. Okay. He does not want to canter that way. There we go. There we go. Good. Which is kind of interesting for a horse, because cantering is much easier. Looks like we lost him with the auto track, sorry. All right, back at it. See if we can do some cantering. Okay, it's following now. All right. Good. All right. Now he's giving me attitude today. Okay. Good. Good job. Nice lip lick there. Deep breath. Blow out. He's not curling his lip, his nose anymore either. Nice. Okay. So maybe he hasn't been lunged a whole lot at the canter because he's not. Well, here we go. There we go. He cross-fired up in the back end, but he fixed it. So as long as he stays cantering, I'll leave him alone. Just stay behind his drive line. There we go. A little hump. Okay. So yeah, I was hoping to possibly take him to a show this weekend, but he's telling me showing me a lot of signs that we just need to forget that. Good. And just work on basics. Good. I'm going to walk away to the fence here. If he chooses to walk right up to me, that's fine. Good. Good. Now, obviously, after this round penning, and then I'm going to go back to lunging again, we have a lot of desensitizing to do with the stick and string. I also have a few things I want to do with my saddle and stirrup leathers. I want him out of my space. That's very nice. Good. I'm going to go up and rub him here. He wasn't sure what to think about that. Good. Now we're going to go this way. There we go. Good. I hope it's keeping us in good. In frame, it looks like it is. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, so a little bit of extra pressure there because he keeps dropping down. If he keeps doing that, I'm going to keep going in with extra pressure. And next time I'm going to be watching for that cow kick because he's trying to tell me to get lost. There we go. If he kicks out at me like that, I'm gonna bite him on the butt a little bit with my string. Good. Good. Let's go that way again. Good. Good job. He cantered right off there. Good. He thought about doing an outside turn there and turning his butt to me and decided not to. I'm just gonna let him trot this time. I'm gonna ask him to canter again here in a second. Hey. Hey. Being a little sticky now, so maybe we're gonna have to. There we go. It's like, yeah, you're making me canter. I don't like it. Stay away from that, Matthew Dean. No, no. Go get the bucket and sit on the bucket. Okay, we're gonna canter a little bit more here. There we go. The black bucket over there. The black bucket. There we go. Walk away from him here. Good. You gonna leave me? Huh? Good. All right. And we're gonna go back to lunging, so I'll be able to better control where he is too, so that will help. Okay, we're back at it. All right. There you go. Good. Notice how jumpy he was there a little bit with my hand stick. This is why it's so important for when we do a sensitizing exercise like round penning, or just waiting for him here for a second. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not getting in the saddle today. Oh, he's like, oh yeah, I can go this way, can't I? All right. Pulling on me there a little bit, just pull and release a little. Okay, I'm gonna slide. There we go. Good. Good. So it's going to take me a couple minutes to get him back in. I pushed him around a little bit, and so he's not sure he can trust me now, and it's my job to reinforce to him that he can trust me. So with horses, you can't have trust without respect. So that's why we earn a horse's respect first, and then we earn their trust. And through respect comes trust. Still a little sticky on that side, so we're going to go that way again. Much better. Okay. So he also was giving me those little bucks. He gave a couple bucks with the saddle too. That tells me that he's not really comfortable with the saddle, at least right now. So that's another reason why I'm definitely not going to get on. Lip licking there. I don't know if you guys caught that. Good. I'm gonna rub him on the face here. We're going to lunge him the other way a little bit, and then we'll go to do some desensitizing. Good. Nice. Nice. Good job. I didn't even have to use my stick that time. Oh. got a little confused what I was doing there. And he's like, well, I don't know, so I'm just going to guess, he says. Okay. All right, we're going to point. There we go. Okay. I let him slow down a little bit there because he was he's starting to stall up on me a little bit. Good, 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 good. 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 Bring him to the edge of my circle and rub on him. Okay, we're going to go the other way. We're going to ask for a canter. Because he really does not like that. There you go. Okay. There you go. Good. 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 I'll step back. That creates a little draw toward me. Comb the rope. Good. We're going to go the other way. Nice. Good. Good. All right. So now I'm going to desensitize him to the stick spanking the ground. So the difference with this is I don't have my hand pointing him up, telling him where to go. So he's going to have to figure out that just means to stand still. He's going to move, so all I want him to do is to stop moving his feet. Repetitive. There we go. Bump him here so he doesn't try to switch sides on us here. There we go. Just going to follow him around here, keeping his nose pointed toward me. There we go. He's kind of leaning on me there a little bit. It's one of the reasons I like to use a rope halter. Right there, I would not have been able to bump him back. He would have just dragged me and pushed through that. Right there. Good. Good, because my arm was getting tired. Nice. Once he stands still, go back and rub him. Now we'll come back here and spank the ground again. Good, improvement. So I'll start way out here, away from him. Stayed still, so we'll go back and reward that. Do it again. I'll slowly start moving closer. Good. Oh, stopped right when he was going to move on me. Okay. Switching sides here. So important when we are working with horses to remember, we're basically teaching two horses because the wires don't connect. Whatever you do on one side doesn't mean that he'll know it on the other. So whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. A prime example of that is mounting. If you only ever mount your horse on the on side, you try to go to get on the off side one time, and they'll freak out. Some really experienced horses will actually buck and freak out. It's like, what in the world? Nobody's ever mounted them on the off side. Which is really funny to me because the reason that we mount on the left side instead of the right is not a modern reason. It goes back to when one of the big main uses of horses was cavalry, and they most guys are right-handed. So if you're right-handed, you wear your sword on your left side, on your left hip. Lip lick there. I don't know if you guys noticed that. So to get on your horse, in order to keep your sword away, you might freak out at this. Nope. Okay. Sword, left side. I can get it in my belt. There we go. There's my sword. If I get on this side, when I go to put my foot in the stirrup, step on, sword stays away from the horse. Now, if you can imagine, let's just pretend I'm left-handed getting on this horse. So left-handed, sword is over here. So you can draw it out. It's kind of hard to draw your sword like this. So when I go to get on my horse, what's my sword doing? It's whacking the horse in the leg or in the side, or I got to pick it up or something. So that's why we mount horses on the left side. Most of us are right-handed, wear our sword on the left. We stand back here, get our foot in the stirrup, climb on. I'm not going to get on him because he's not ready for that yet. Sword is away. Perfect. He's very good with that. I thought maybe he would freak out when I pulled it out of my thing. While we have the dressage whip, rub him with it. We will desensitize him to the sound of that too eventually here. I just want to get him used to wearing that because I like to have it on my saddle there, and it'll flop around and tap him every once in a while. All right. Spanking the ground. My son must have gone inside. Okay, notice we're a lot closer here. Good. Nope, I can still hear him with the chain somewhere. Good. Do it on this side again. A little closer. See that back hind leg cocks? He's like, oh, you got a lot closer with that. What are you doing so close? He says, that makes me slightly nervous. Deep breath for him. Oh, dude, come on. I was just going to let you. Okay, now we'll reward you there. Good. All right, now do some lateral flexion here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. He might walk around just enough for you guys to be able to see. Oh, it's going to stay here. All right. Came around. This is definitely an improvement over the last time. Good. Lateral flexion is extremely important, especially on a young horse, because that's your safety brake. If they go to bolt on you or something, when a horse's head and neck is straight, I'll show you in a second. Very nice flex there. So when he is straight, front to back, that's where he's got his power. He can really get some power and get out of town if you want. So the reason we disengage the hindquarters, the reason we flex them laterally, is so we can, that's like pushing in the clutch when you bend the head and neck around, when you disengage the hindquarters. He came back and touched the cinch there that time. That's exactly where I want. That's as far as I ever ask a horse to go. But when he is straight, he's got full power, full potential. And they're pretty fast animals. They can get going. So we want to be able to control that. So lateral flexion is the key to being able to get your horse back under control if they bolt. Lateral flexion is also the key to vertical flexion. So, another reason we do a lot of lateral flexion. Yes, good boy. I didn't ask you for that, but we'll take it. The more times you can laterally flex them, it's like imagining two boards running up and down the sides of his neck. And every time you flex him laterally, it's like breaking that board once. Put one break. The more breaks you can put into this board, the more flexible it is. So that's what we want. This is how we start getting a soft and supple horse. I really wanted to get on him today too, but he's definitely not ready for me to get on him. So we're not in a huge hurry. I can find another event to go to with him. He's definitely not ready. Yeah. Good boy. Yawns. We'll let him finish yawning. We'll ask him to flex. Very nice flex. Right in next to the girth. That's perfect. What do you think? Can you stand still if I move you? There you go. This works. Good. All right. As I step on the lead rope. Yeah, I don't like that. There we go. All right. Now this is the only time, the main reason, the main time that thing gets in the way and causes problems. All right, here we go. Not asking for a lot. New side, new brain. Came around to drop that rope. Establish a starting point. Extremely important for the horse's confidence and what you're trying to teach them. He's going to move his feet a little bit here. We'll just let him walk. He's leaning on me a little. Okay. It might be because we're behind the fence. I need to get my phone up higher. There we go. Nicely done. Yeah, there's several things on the ground that I haven't gotten to do that I really want to make sure we cover before I get in the saddle. Disengaging the hindquarters in several ways. We're not going to get to that today, but we'll do a little more lateral flexion here so you guys can actually see now. Coming around. Nice, very nice. He's doing really good right now, so we're going to quit him after this. Good. Nice deep breath there. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Smelling there we go. He was smelling the leather there instead of giving. Walk him this way so you guys can maybe see a good view. I think this is his little stickier side. Oh, well, as he comes right around for me. Very nice. Good. So notice as soon as he gives to that lateral flexion, I literally drop the rope. Drop it like a hot potato. The faster you can let go of that pressure, the better it is. See how I've got my hand anchored on the cantle of the saddle here? Stand still. Give. Good. Rub him. Give me a good one. We'll quit you. There you go. Perfect. Nicely done. Disengage the hindquarters here. As we talk about it, notice he doesn't really know what this is. The only kind of disengaging the hindquarters we've done so far is in lunging, getting him to face me. So we might do this a couple times. Just looking for one step. Good. Now you'll see me go back and forth with using my handy stick and using my rope. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. A little quick bonus sensitizing exercise here. Good. Establish a starting point. It's the first time I've done this with him. So that just little move away, lateral move away from me is plenty. Now when you go to do this with a new horse that you're not sure if you can trust, you want to make sure you're far enough to the front that you don't get kicked. Because some horses will cow kick at you. This right here, doing this. There we go. Very nice give. Good. Good enough. What do you think? So can I climb in your shirt pocket now? Preferably not. There we go. All right. So obvious things from this session. We're going to back him out of my space here. We didn't really back him much today. Good. He's still learning that, so we're still only looking for 1 or 2 steps. 2 steps is good right now. Obviously. There we go. Want to get him right to the end of my lead rope here. Nice. Good. Lip lick. So, make sure I'm in frame here. Takeaways from this session. Really needs to do a lot of cantering. He greatly dislikes cantering. So we need to do that. And we're definitely not riding him for a week or so. I've got a lot of moving stuff on the ground. The reason I don't want to ride him, I could hop up there and ride him right now, but I don't want to. I want to make sure I set him up for success. One of the things you learn, the more times you pick yourself up off the ground, the better your groundwork gets. So we're just going to take our time with him and fill in these couple little holes in his training program, and go from there. All in all, that's a good session. We're going to go ahead and unsaddle him and cool him off with a little bath.